TSSC is an acronym for the Toyota Production System Support Center. Our mission is to contribute to society by sharing the Toyota production system with nonprofit and manufacturing companies. Okay, so good morning. We're going to start by going over some of our project status up here on the board. James, can you give us a status on Indianapolis?
I think they're going to continue on working kind of with the tools that we left them, and we're finished.
Okay, so one more nonprofit completed for the year. That brings us up to 16. Over the past 70 years, we've been refining and improving our manufacturing know-how. We focus on making small improvements that will lead to big results.
We think this knowledge can make a difference for people in so many ways, with so many organizations and companies, that we decided to make a division of our company totally focused on sharing the way we make things, the way we do things.
We put together the initial plan, the proposal, got buy-off.
TSSC started about 20 years ago. Toyota advisors have a wide range of backgrounds. Some are coming from the manufacturing shop floor, where they started as a team member and have worked their way up. Some have strong engineering backgrounds, and some come from administrative.
Did some preparation for executive review week after next.
We're typically here on every Monday for our strategy sessions to understand what our activities look like and how we can support other members. The rest of the week, we essentially deploy to whatever location that we're working on. What that means is actually going to the shop floor, studying the process with the members, and identifying some potential improvement areas, and actually trying that immediately, and then make it permanent after we prove the results. TPS is an organizational culture that takes commitment and passion to implement. It's made up of 3 different elements. The technical tools are what Toyota is most known for, the philosophy that people are our most valuable assets. And finally, the managerial role or support from top management was actually the most critical. We've found that if any one of those are missing, then long-term results are difficult to sustain.
My name is Lisa Richardson. I've been with Toyota for 22 years now. The bulk of it is with our manufacturing plant down in Kentucky. I'm sort of a lifelong student of learning more about the Toyota production system and being able to apply that thinking in other kinds of environments.
Over the years now, we worked with Toyota on a range of projects, but Cincinnati Children's has also been focused, relentless on the idea of continuous improvement. So who better to partner with than really a world-renowned organization where continuous improvement, attention to detail, involving all stakeholders and employees is really foundational than our friends at Toyota.
We decided to work on helping them improve the training for their nurses, because it's very important. You know, the nurses are the front lines to providing care to the children.
So what I'm going to show you today is how to access a cap on a central line. I'm going to show you how to do it, and then I'll let you guys return the demonstration. What we learned from Toyota is the Toyota job instruction, and we learned a lot about standardized work so that procedures would be done correctly, efficiently, and obviously more safe.
As you're having these conversations with the nurses in the training, you provide them with one of these documents, the job breakdown sheet, so that it's very easy for them to see, because
it's a very step-by-step process that tells us why we're doing those things, and so it's a really easy way to teach people how to do all of our procedures and do it in a really standardized way.
Our initial training, we trained over 2,400 people. Wow. Every month, there is at least anywhere between 20 and 30 folks that get trained.
That's fantastic.
The partnership with Toyota continues to evolve and continues to have really exciting and positive impact for us. Beyond how it's helping us improve care, how it's helping us improve training, it's been really helpful to us in our role to have world-class supply chain and really great partnerships in our community.
I think the most rewarding thing about this project for me is the opportunity to get involved in a project that has a positive impact on children's lives.
Wow, Claude, this looks quite a bit different. Yeah, than when we first started, huh, buddy?
I'm Scott Nixon. I'm a Toyota advisor. I've been at Toyota for 13 years. I started in our plant in Indiana. Today, I actually get to use the principles behind the Toyota production system and go out and teach others.
We've got a continuous improvement method that's known around the country as probably the most robust for city government. It's called Louis-Stat. And so within that, there's lots of opportunities for improvement. One of the projects was just to improve what we could do with fleet maintenance.
We repair all light truck to heavy equipment in the shop. The perception was that it took too long to get vehicles serviced. It's one of the things we looked at trying to correct.
The first step was that we're going to visualize this process.
There was some skepticism in the beginning, and I explained it to him very quickly.
By the end of the week, we're going to implement something that's a step in the right direction of improvement. And, you know, that got people's attention.
You know, we talked about seeing what we have to actually do. How far are we behind? How many trucks do we have here?
Right.
The trucks that are ready, they get parked in this area. And over here are the trucks and whatever vehicles we have to be serviced, so it's kind of in your face. You can't overlook it. We made a visual board and started logging, you know, what we had in the shop and started tracking things just to make everything, you know, flow better.
When we did this, one thing that was very motivating to the staff here was that we had the management team here, people from downtown in the direct office. We had chiefs along with some other members, and they did this work.
We used to have vehicles that would be here maybe a month before they actually got serviced. And now our goal is 2 weeks for the longest one. That's worst case scenario.
We couldn't have done it without Toyota. They integrated just like they were part of the family, which has ended up yielding great results here, but also ultimately our job in the city is to create platforms so human potential can flourish. You've got to be competent in your job as you deliver service to build that kind of trust. That trust then leads to relationships, that then leads to possibilities for our city to flourish.
I've always thought that you could apply the Toyota production system to anything. But until you actually get out and do it, I didn't realize that there's so much power in it.
If we can help U.S. companies keep jobs and grow jobs in the United States, that's good for the economy, it's good for our business. If we can help nonprofits serve their customers better, that's better for our communities. How our company shares this knowledge is part of our DNA. Our values are continuous improvement and respect for people. And if we can apply it to things that can improve people's lives, we think it's worth doing.